Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a Google ad for your local business. By the way, when I talk about local business, I'm referring to businesses that serve people within their locality. This is different from businesses that serve people in distant locations. An example of those businesses are tailoring, furniture, carpentry, plumbing, and so on and so forth. So for example, if I go to Google now to conduct a search, let's say I search for plumbing near me. Now we're going to see some businesses right here. You can see we have businesses right here. All of these businesses we're seeing right here, they are referred to as local businesses on Google, and you can easily list your business on Google absolutely for free. So this type of businesses you want to advertise, and then you want to get people within your locality to contact you for business, because obviously if you are living in the state, you probably don't want to serve people in another state. You want to serve people within your locality, and that is why we call these local businesses, because you want to reach people that are not very far from your business. So this type of business, I want to show you how to set up the proper ad on Google to help you drive more people to your business. So let's go back to the Google Ads account right here. Now there are three major ways you can get this type of advertisement done on Google. The first one, if your Google Ads account is the Google Ad Express account, you can get it done very easily. However, if you have the type of account you are seeing on my screen, which is the standard Google Ads account, or we can call it the advanced Google Ads account, you will also be able to set up advert to drive people to your local business. So right in this account, I have two major ways I can achieve that. The first one is to set up the responsive search ad. Then I will use the location extension to get people to know about my business location, and they can easily get the business information like phone number, address, or the operating hours. And secondly, I can use one of the latest ads on Google Ad, and that is exactly what I want to show you right in this video. So now let's go ahead and start the process. The first thing I would like to show you right before we start creating the campaign is what we are going to see right here. If I go to the tools section right here and I click on the shared library right here, you can see we have the planning. The planning is where you have your keyword planning and so on. Now on the shared library, that is where we have the audience manager, exclusion list, brand list, asset library, location manager. So if I click on location manager, this is where you want to see your business location. Now for local businesses, basically you want to have some information about your business. If your business has already been listed on Google, like this one you're seeing right here, then you want to have those information about your business in your Google Ads account. If you already have your business data in your Google Ads account, you will find it right here. But if you don't have it, you will still be able to add it to your Google Ads account so that you can use it to advertise on Google. So right now, if I want to add a business location right in this Google Ads account, what I will do is either to click on this blue plus button or click on add location right here. So when I do that, I have these two options right here. So the first option is what you're going to use for you to be able to add the business location to your Google Ads account. So I'll click on continue right now. Then I have my email address right here, and then I have some options right here. You can go ahead and look at them. So the first option right here is Google Business Profile. Exactly, that is what we want to use. And what is Google Business Profile? Google Business Profile is what you're seeing right here. Now let me quickly go ahead and show you my own business profile right on Google, which is Ojasweb. So if I search for Ojasweb, you can see Ojasweb Digital Solutions. So this is my business profile right on Google. Now if I go ahead and select business profile, that is Google Business Profile, then the next thing right here is select a business profile manager account. So this email address has about 33 accounts linked to it. If the account I want to use is linked to this particular email address, then I will leave it as it is and I will click on continue. So when I click on continue, then I will be able to add the particular account I want to add to this Google Ad account. But for the sake of this particular video, I'm not going to do that. I will go back and then I will show you the other way you can actually add that to your Google Ads account and then create your campaign and start advertising your local business. So let's go ahead and cancel this and go back to the campaign overview page. So right here, I want to start by clicking on the new campaign. So when I click on the new campaign, then I want to create a new campaign specifically for my local business. And like I said, the features of the local business is that I want to attract people that are not far from my business. So I click on new campaign. Then the first thing right here is for me to choose objective for the campaign. So you can see right here, we have sales, we have leads, we have traffic, we have app promotion, awareness, local store visit, and then create a campaign without Google guidance. You might want to go ahead and choose sales, leads, whatsoever. But since you have a local business and you want to leverage on the advanced features available on Google Ads, then I will encourage you to go ahead and choose local store visit. And that is because you already have your business listed on Google and you already link it to your Google Ads account. So right, I click on local store visit, then I go to the next step. So the next step right is the campaign type. And for the fact that you have chosen the local store visit, we have only one campaign type available right here. So the next thing right here is add product to this campaign. Now, why is it asking you to add product to this campaign? If you have a Google Merchant Center account and you have product listed in your Google Merchant Center account, then you can actually add it to your campaign. But this is a little bit advanced, so I'm not going to be talking about that right in this particular video. So let's go ahead and skip this particular option. You don't need it, right? Then we go to the next step. Where should people go after clicking your ad? Now, if you have a website, you want people to visit your website when they click on your advert. But if you don't have a website, then you probably want people to visit your Google Business profile. But don't worry, even if you don't select anything right here, you will still be able to create your campaign and then get people to see your business information and eventually visit your business location. So let's go ahead and enter a name for this particular campaign. By default, Google will enter a name for the campaign, but you might want to have a very descriptive name that you can easily remember in case you have multiple campaigns in your account. So let's go ahead and say local service ads Ojasweb. So let's just use this. Then we click on continue. Then the next option right now is for me to choose the business location. Like I said previously, you will still be able to add a business profile to the Google Ads account if you have not added it using the previous option I was trying to show you. So right now we have the option to add a business profile right here. So I will click on link account. So the first option is selected by default, which is your business location. So right, let's leave it at that and click on link account. So right, you can see right here Google Business profile, and then the email address, we have 33 locations. So let's go ahead and click on continue. Then I want to say the locations right here. We have all the locations right here. So let's go ahead and see which particular location I want to use. So the location I want to use is Ojasweb digital solution, but it's not available right here. So if it's not available right here, what am I going to do? Let's go ahead and type the name Ojasweb digital solution. Then let's click on, you can see this is the business I want to use. So I click on save. That is the business I want to show the information whenever my advert is showing across Google's platform. So you can see what I've just done. If you get stuck here, just go ahead and watch the video again and again, then you will understand exactly what I did. Let's go to the next step. Where would you like people to go? This and that. Don't worry about that. Let's leave it as it is. So the next thing right here is choose your local store visit and promotion conversion action. Now, this is the conversion you want to track for the campaign. Whenever you're advertising on Google, definitely you have a goal you want to achieve with that campaign. So the goal you want to achieve, for example, if you want more people to be visiting your business location, then that is a goal you want to achieve. And in that case, the goal you might want to track is the direction, request, or contact. So you just want to go ahead and select the right one for your goal. So let's go ahead and use the direction request right here. You can see again, we are still asked to enter the campaign name. So let's go ahead and enter local service ads Ojasweb. Then we click on continue. So right now it's asking me to continue from the saved campaign or start new. I'm going to click on start new. So right, we are in the next step right here. So in the next step right here, I will be able to configure more information about this campaign. So the first thing you can see right here is the bidding strategy. So we have the conversion bidding by default. Now if I click on it right here, you see we have conversion and conversion value. So I will leave it as conversion as it is. So let's go ahead and look at the next thing. But again, you can see some settings right here. Set a target cost per action. You might want to do this, but I don't recommend it if you are doing local business ads on Google. So if you want to do that, what it's actually telling you is that if you, let's say you are using $10 per day as your advertising budget, and then you want to be getting each conversion at less than $1, then you might want to go ahead and set the target cost per action as $1. By the way, this account is using Nigerian Naira. So if I want to set a target cost per action, I will be setting it in Naira. So I'm not interested in that right here. I will leave it as this, and then I'll go to the next step. So the next step right here is customer acquisition. This is if you want Google to optimize your campaign to attract only new customers or just anyone who is interested on whatever service you offer. So if you want to go ahead and acquire new customer, you can select it, but Google will tell you whether this is a good option for you or not. So you can go ahead and read about it. I don't usually encourage people to use this option except you understand exactly what you are doing. So if you don't know much about Google Ad, don't use this option. Just go ahead and leave it and click on next. So right, we're on the next page right here, which is the language. The default account language will be selected, which is English in my own case. So in your own case, it could be English, it could be whatever you set as your Google Ads account language. And if you want to add more languages, you can go ahead and start selecting it right here. You can see we have more options available right there. So now we go to the next settings right here, more settings. You click on it, then you see some settings available here. I don't usually have much to do with this. They are not that necessary, but if you want to, maybe you want to exclude some brand names from your advertisement, or you want to use age exclusions, then you can go ahead and play around with any of the options available right there. I'm not interested in any of that, then I'll click on next. So right, I'm right in this particular asset generation page. So what exactly is this asset generation? This is a new campaign type as at the time of recording this video. So Google is using their AI to help advertisers to generate assets. And what exactly is asset? Assets are some of the components of your advertisement, including the headline, the descriptions, the call to actions, in some cases the image you want to use for the advert, and so on and so forth. So if you enter a URL right here, Google will go ahead and scan the URL, then use the information on the URL to generate asset for your advertisement. So let's say for instance I want to use my website ojasweb.com. Then I will go ahead and copy the link right here. Then I'll go back to Google Ads, I'll paste it right here. Then I will click on, you can see even without clicking, Google already started scanning the URL. So when it scans the URL, if it's able to generate asset, you will set it right here. The asset will be generated, and I can use that asset in my advertisement. So Google has been able to pull up information. You can see internet marketing is able to pull up the business type, the service I offered on my website, internet marketing, search engine marketing, pay-per-click marketing, web stats, and internet analytics. Now, if you notice that any of the suggestion right here is not relevant for your business, you can go ahead and remove it. Now you leave the remaining ones that are relevant. You can look at the description as well. If it is not relevant to what you want to promote, you can go ahead and make some adjustment to it. Then when you are done, then you can continue to the next step. Then I click on generate asset. So right, we are in the asset generation page right here. Google is generating asset. You can see it's generating the asset. It's still loading. So when it's done, the asset will automatically populate right here, and then I can go ahead and edit, make adjustment if necessary, and review everything. And when everything is done, I can continue and publish my advertisement. So right now, what do we have right here? There's nothing yet right here. So let's go ahead and see. Unfortunately, the asset does not come up. Then what do I do next? I will start writing the asset myself. The URL is there, which is where people will visit when they click on my advertisement. In your own case, you might want to use your Google Business Profile page as your landing page. Now, let's go ahead and start typing Google Ads training in Lagos. Drive sales with Google Ads. Master Google Ads in few days. Then I can add more. So when I'm done with the headline, then I go to the next. I can also ask Google to generate headline if I say right here, but I don't want to use this because I was expecting the generation to come up initially, but it doesn't come up. So let's not waste time in that. Let's continue to the next step, which is the long headline. So the long headline is discover how to drive sales with Google Ads. Learn how to use Google Ads to drive more customers for your business. So I can also add up to 5 long headline right here, but I'm cool with 2. You can see. Now we can go to the description right now. This practical training videos reveal everything about how to drive sales with, let's go ahead and remove this, Google Ads. Perfect. So learn how to generate quality leads for your local businesses with, or let's say local business with Google Ads. So when I'm done with that, I go to the next step. It's suggesting this image right here. This is my logo. I will select it. Then I can go ahead and look at more images right there. Let's click on edit right here. You can see we have more images. I have some other images right here. I can go ahead and start selecting images that are relevant to exactly what I'm doing right here. So which other images do I have? Right, let's go ahead and look at the asset library. I have this right here. I still have more images. Okay, I can select this. I can say select this, select this. So I can select as much as possible. So let's go ahead and see which other images do I have right here. I can even go ahead and select this. So that is 19 images. I can select up to 20 images. So let's go ahead and select this one as well. So we now have about 20 images. Yes, perfect. We have 20 images right here. So right, I'll click on save. Then what's the next step right here? The next step, the logo is already selected. The business name is there. Now I can add up to 5 videos. If you have videos that you already hosted on YouTube, you can use it in your advert. If you don't have, Google might use some of the assets, that is the text you have provided and the images you have provided. It might use it to create a slide video that will serve in your advertisement. So right now you can see I have some images already selected, but not video. So if I want to use video, I will just go ahead and select the video I have on my YouTube. So right now I click on this. You can see I already advertised different videos on my Google Ads account, so I can go ahead and select any of them right here. Let's just go ahead and use this, or I can go ahead and, what is it, this is my violate policy ad limit. Let's leave that. Let's see, this one is perfect. Okay, let's select this. Now let's click on save. So I can add up to 5. So if I want to add more, I can even add this. I can add this. I can add this. So I have 3 already. I can click on that. So let's go ahead. I just want this to improve the ranking. Let's add one more. If I have it there, I have one more here. I have this. Okay, perfect. I've selected 5 videos. So let's go to the next step right now. Call to action. I will allow the call to action to be generated automatically as it is selected, but if you want to select your preferred one, you can go ahead and do that right here. You can see we have more options available. So let's go ahead and see. Right here you are seeing something. This is showing as if you are using Google on your mobile phone, and then it's showing you preview of how the advert will look like. And you can see right now it's showing the business name, and it's showing behind it AD, which is ad. Then it's showing the review, and it's showing the address of the business. So this is how the advert is going to appear whenever it's serving across Google's platform. Either it's serving on Google Maps, on Google Search, on the Discover, on Gmail, or whatever the advert will be serving, it's going to look like what you are seeing right in the preview section right here. So when you are done with the ad creation, then you can go ahead to the next step, which is the signal. So what exactly is the signal? The signal is some of the information you want to use for your advert to be delivered to the right people. So the first one right here is the search team, and the search team is exactly the keyword you want to use to target your advertisement. For this, I might want to use a Ojasweb digital solution, Google advertising training, PPC training. Let's say maybe how to advertise on Google, then Google Ads training course. I can even go ahead and add my business name, that is Ojasweb digital. So you can add as much as 50, but I don't encourage you to add too many keywords right in this search team. So I've added 3. I can go ahead to the next step. We have more signals that you can use to deliver your advertisement, and some of these signals, they are very good. You can create custom audience to deliver your advert. Unfortunately, I will not be talking about that right in this video. I have a very detailed videos that talk about all of these things, and you can go ahead and gain access to that in my training course. So right, you can see right here your data. You can even use additional signals that are available right here: interest and data, demographics, and then audience name. So we're not going to be working with that right here. Then we click on next. So right, we are at the point of selecting the budget for this particular campaign. So the default settings right here, Google is asking me to use 265.37. If that is fine by you, you can go ahead and use it. But if you have more budget, you can go ahead and select more budget. And now, if you are watching this video from Nigeria, you can see you can actually use a very low budget to advertise your local business on Google. So let's just go ahead and leave it with the recommendations right here and click on next. However, if you want to choose your own preferred budget, you can go ahead and set it using the set custom budget right here. So let's go ahead and click on next, and then the campaign will be reviewed. There's something very important about this campaign that we have not seen, and that is why if you have been watching this video and you want to quit at this point, I will encourage you not to quit, because that single setting is one of the most important settings in everything we have been doing so far. So you want to see me showing you exactly that settings, and that is what I'm going to show you last in this video. So right, this is the preview of everything I've done so far. This is the preview. So right, you can see if there's anything you want to correct, you can go ahead and correct it. But if you see that everything is perfectly done, then you click on publish. So right, I've clicked on publish and the campaign will be published. Now that the campaign has been published, let me go ahead and show you one more setting that we didn't see while I was configuring the campaign. And that single setting is very important for the success of the campaign we have just created. So right, you can see this is the campaign. Now if I click on it, then it takes me straight to the asset group. Then you can see this is the asset group, and the asset group are everything that I submitted when I was creating the campaign. So there's one thing I want to show you, which I mentioned previously. Let's go back to the campaign right here. Then right on the campaign here, I'm going to click on this settings icon, edit settings. So right when I click on that, this information comes up. So there's something you did not notice when we were creating the campaign. The campaign did not show where the advert will be delivered. And for that reason, the advert can start showing to people in different locations. In fact, far from your business location, and you don't want that to happen. So now the setting I want to show you is where your advert will be served. Now, if you come here, you can see locations, all countries and territories. So what this means is that your advert can start showing to people even far from your business location, and this is exactly what you don't want to happen to your advertisement, and that is why I said this setting is extremely important. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Then I will start setting the campaign to serve in a specific location that is relevant for my business. I have three options right here: all countries and territory, which is the one that is going to be selected by default. I have the country I'm residing in, or the country of the Google Ads account, which is Nigeria right here. And I have the option to enter a specific location where I want my advert to be delivered. But I don't like to use any of this option for a local service campaign. So instead, what I will do is I will click on this advanced search. When I click on it, it takes me right here, and I want to use radius. Then I can go ahead and select radius I want to target for the campaign. So for local service, I encourage you to use a very small radius so that you can get your advert delivered to people that are not far from your business. So in this case, if I want to use 5-mile radius or even 3-mile radius, then I can start typing the name of the place. Let's go ahead and type Ojasweb. If my business will come up digital, you can see my business comes up right here. So if I enter this, right, what it means is that the advert is going to deliver to people within 3-mile radius of my office business location, and that is perfect for me. Then I can click on save. So with this, don't worry about the warning. What I have just done is that I want Google to deliver my advert to people within 3-mile radius of my business location, and that is perfectly fine. And I'll click on save, and when I do that, my advert will start serving to people within that location. So this is what I want to show you, and this is one of the ways you can advertise your local business on Google. I have a very detailed Google ad training course with so many detailed videos that reveals a lot of things on how you can use Google Ads to get better results for your business. You might want to go ahead and take that course right now, because I currently have it in package and at a discounted price. So if you go ahead and click on the link anywhere you are seeing this video, you'll be able to gain access to that training course. So go ahead and do that before the price jumps back to the original price. Thanks again for watching this video, and if you like it, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and drop a comment in the comment section. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.